Now, the main argument within math is that it is not relatable, you can't apply it to real world situations, but today you can do that. So let's think about a taxi. If you're in New York City, you're trying to get from point A to point B, and you just need a taxi ASAP. So basically how it works with the pricing is there's a flat rate, and then you have to pay a certain percent or a certain amount per mile. However, let's also think about it in another situation with one of our classmates. So Olivia is trying to go to London during spring break. She saves $50 each week. So let's break down this word problem. She saves $50 each week. So write down $50 each week. All right. So she currently has $300. So already has 300. But the cost of a plane ticket is $850. So total cost, let's write total. Total cost is $850. Okay, let's go to this first bullet point. So $50 each week. What is another word for each? Another word for each?
Per.
Per. So each or per. So these are signal words. Whenever you see these words, you know that you will have to multiply. Because $50 each week or $50 per week, you know you have to account for $50 every single week. So there's your multiplication. So if we know it's $50 each week, but we need to write this as an equation, what will we use to represent week? What do y'all want to use to represent week?
W.
W. So W equals week. Okay? And how would we write $50 times the week?
50W.
50W. Okay. Now Olivia already has $300. So if she already has it, will we say that it's 50W plus 300 or 50W minus 300?
Plus.
Plus, because you're adding to the total amount that she has to save. So 50W plus 300 all has to equal what?
850.
850. Okay. Now let's view this as an onion. So the center of our onion is going to be the W because we're trying to figure out how many weeks Olivia needs to save. Okay? So what is right outside of this W?
The 50.
The 50. So we'll call this the inner layer of the onion. But before we can even get to the inner layer of the onion, we have to get to the outer layer. So what's our outer layer?
300.
300. So in order to undo this and get the 50W by itself, we have to do the opposite of addition, which is
Subtraction.
subtraction. So I'm going to move this 300. And whatever we do to this side, we have to do to what side?
The other side.
The other side. So subtract both sides by 300. And what is 850 minus 300?
550.
550. And now we're going to bring down that 50W. Okay? And so we are multiplying right here. What is the opposite of multiplication?
Division.
Division. So we're going to divide both sides by what?
50W.
Just by the 50. Remember, we have to keep that W right there because we're trying to figure out what the center of the onion is. Okay, math whizzes. What is 550 divided by 50?
11.
11. So how many weeks does Olivia need to save to go to London?
11.
11 weeks. Okay? And so now we're going to perform a little chant to remember this. So repeat after me. This equation is an onion.
This equation is an onion.
You got to remove the layers to get to the center.
You gotta remove the layers to get to the center.
The outer layers are subtraction or addition.
The outer layers are subtraction or addition.
The inner layers are multiplication or division.
The inner layers are multiplication or division.
Now the X is alone and you're in the zone.
Now the X is alone and you're in the zone.
It had 2 steps and you didn't break a sweat.
And had 2 steps and you didn't break a sweat.
You got this chant and now you're a math champ.
You got this chant, now you're a math champ.
Woohoo!